You are 9 years old, standing on a chair in the back room of your mother's laundry in Bethnal Green, wringing out a bedsheet that is heavier than you are. It is January 1843. Steam has fogged the window. You cannot see the street through it. The parish bell strikes the hour, and you lose your count of it, the way you always do. You have plans. You want to learn enough letters to read the shop signs without asking. You want to buy Nell boots that fit her, not boots that fitted somebody else first. You want meat on the table before Michaelmas. Nothing clever, nothing large. Your mother coughs into the linen. She does not let you see the cloth afterward. She is dead in 9 days. You count them. Nell counts them with you, out loud, because Nell counts everything. The stairs, the bells, the days. She believes that a thing you can count is a thing that will end. The parish men come on the 10th morning. They do not ask you anything. They write your name in a book. They write your sister's name under it. They close the book. That is the whole of it. Poverty does not arrive as an event. It arrives as a piece of paper. Outside the gate, Nell takes your hand. She pushes something into it. It is your mother's handkerchief. In one corner, there are 4 words in thread. They are worked so small that you have to hold them close to your eye. Wait at the gate. You do not know yet what this piece of cloth will do. It will go with you through 3 winters. It will be the only thing you carry in that you still have when you carry yourself out. Everything else, the building takes. It does not take it all at once.
They cut your hair in a corridor.
You feel the blades against your scalp. They are cold. Somebody behind you is crying, and you do not turn around to see who. They put you in a bath of grey water. They give you a jacket that held another boy before you. You can tell. The cuffs are worn where his wrists were, and not where yours are. A name lasts exactly as long as somebody keeps saying it. Then they take Nell. Not far. That is the part you cannot make sense of. The women's yard is on the other side of a wall you could throw a stone over. She is 30 feet away. You will see her twice a week across a chapel aisle. You will not touch her again for 3 winters. A wall, thinner than a door, is farther than an ocean. Nell turns once before the doorway. She is counting the steps. In the boys' ward, you sleep 4 to a bed. The boy whose shoulder is against yours is called Sam. Sam knows horses, not from owning one, from the gate. Every cart that comes into the yard, Sam gets the horse's name off the driver. He keeps them. He says them at night in the dark, like a list of people he expects to meet again. Dover, Pilot, Old Nan. He tells you his plan. If he learns enough of them, one day a driver will know his name back. A cart will stop. That will be the whole of it. Sam is not joking when he tells you this. You understand that straight away. You never say anything about it to him, and you never will. The old men eat in the same hall as the boys, down at the far end. One of them is Bram. Bram picks up paper, any paper, a torn corner of a broadsheet, a label off a tin, a page somebody has stepped on. He smooths it flat on his knee. He folds it into a square. He puts it inside his coat. Bram does not read them. You watch him for a week before you are certain of it. Then you are certain of it. He has never once opened a single one.
There is a leather thong around his wrist.
You notice it because nothing else in this building belongs to anybody. When his name is read out at the morning count, he puts his thumb against the thong. He holds it there until the reading has gone past him. On the first Sunday, you find Nell in the chapel aisle. You have 4 seconds. You use them badly. You tell her you will be standing at the gate on the day she comes out. You say it as though it is a thing you have the power to arrange. Small, stupid, important. Nell says yes. She has already counted how many Sundays that will be. The food comes to you in a ladle, not in a bowl that is filled, in a ladle that is filled and held over your bowl and tipped. You learn to watch the wrist of the man holding it. You learn that the wrist decides. A full turn of it, and you eat. A half turn, and you are hungry until tomorrow. And nobody has broken any rule, and there is nothing you can point at. Hunger, past a certain length, stops being a feeling. It becomes a way of telling the time. They put you on oakum in your second week. Oakum is old ship rope. It is tarred hard as bone. Your work is to pull it apart into loose fiber with your fingers so that it can be sold, so that it can be made into rope again. That is all it is. You take a rope apart so that a rope can be made. There is a weight set for each boy. If you do not reach the weight, you do not eat. The tar splits the skin under your nails inside the first hour. The splits do not close overnight. In the morning, you start again on the same rope. You ask for a cloth for your hands. Nobody answers you. You do not ask twice. On your first day, Sam reaches his weight, and then he reaches yours. Sam does not say anything about it. You do not thank him. Thanking him would make it a thing that happened, and you are both already learning not to let things be things that happened. Bram watches you from the far bench. Bram does not help you. Later, you will understand why. Understanding it will be worse than not knowing. Outside, the parish bell strikes the hour. You do not lose your count of it anymore. Your second winter is measured for you before it arrives. Coal comes into the yard in November. You watch them count the sacks. 40 for the master's side, 9 for yours. You do the arithmetic without meaning to. You will do it again every morning until March. 9 sacks, 9 days. You have started counting like Nell. The rope tears your hands open in the first week. Then it stops tearing them. That is worse. The skin at your fingertips goes hard and yellow. You cannot feel a button through it. You cannot feel your sister's hand through it either. You will not learn that for 3 winters. You ask the master for a lighter weight. He does not look up. You ask him again. He writes something in the book. Your weight goes up. Sam gives you the rule that night. You do not ask a second time. Ask once, and you are a boy with a difficulty. Ask twice, and you are a boy with a character. Boys with characters get written down. Sam has been here 2 winters longer than you. Sam knows the shape of this place. Bram goes down in December. Not suddenly. Nothing here is sudden. He stops coming to the far end of the hall. Then he stops sitting up. They send you to the infirmary ward with a bucket. That is how you see him. There is nobody else to see. You stay longer than the bucket needs you to. You see his coat on the end of the bed. The folded papers are still inside it. You count 9 of them through the cloth. You do not open the coat. You want to. You do not. Bram knows you are there. He puts his hand out, not to you, to Sam, who has come in behind you. You watch Bram work the leather thong off his wrist. It takes him a long time. You could do it for him. You do not offer. There is a tin tag on the thong. It is stamped with a number. It is the number they hang his oakum on to weigh it. Bram puts it into Sam's hand. Bram closes Sam's fingers over it. He says one word. Ask. Then he says it again. That is all he says to either of you. In the morning, the bed is stripped. The coat is gone. Nobody tells you where. They stop having a name in the book. You have your mother's handkerchief inside your shirt when they strip his bed. You put your hand flat against it through your clothes. You do not take it out. Sam wears the thong after that, on the right wrist, the way Bram wore it. He does not explain it to you. You do not make him. On Sundays, they march you to the chapel. You sit on the boys' side. Nell sits on the women's side. You are allowed to look at her. You are not allowed to cross. A man reads to you about charity. He reads it well. He reads it every week in the same voice. The words come off him smooth. You watch Nell across the aisle, counting the panes in the window. Mercy, read aloud, loses all of its weight. You count the panes with her. You get a different number every time. You never find out which of you has it wrong. You think you understand the word. You are wrong for 4 months. You think Bram meant it as an instruction. Ask. Speak up. Do not go quiet. You turn it over at night. It sounds like advice. It is the only advice anyone has given you since the parish men closed the book. It sounds like a door. So you ask. You ask for a second turn of the ladle. You ask for a cloth. You ask whether your sister is still in the women's yard. A man in a good coat comes to inspect the wards. You ask him for a fire in the ward at night. You get nothing. But you are not punished either. That is the thing that keeps you doing it. Nothing happens to you. You mistake nothing happening for the beginning of something. In March, Sam shows you the tag. Sam has carried it 4 months. Sam has never turned it over. That night, he turns it over and he holds it out to you. There is a word under the number. It has been scratched into the tin with a nail. The letters are uneven. It has been done slowly by somebody with one working hand. Ask. You sit with it in your palm. You feel the ridges of the letters with your thumb. Something in your chest goes quiet. Now you know. Bram did not say it to you. Bram wrote it. He wrote it, and he carried it against his skin. He carried it for every year he was inside this building. Then he gave it to a boy on the day he died. You ask for everything that spring. You ask well. You learn which men to ask. You learn which hours. You get a cloth. Once you get a second turn of the ladle. You split it with Sam under the table. Neither of you says anything. You are not happy. You have found the one thing in this building that is not the building. You take the handkerchief out twice that spring. Once because you got a cloth for your hands. You wanted to tell somebody. Once for no reason you could have given. And you get used to the rest. That is the part nobody warns you about. Not the cold. Getting used to the cold. The bell stops being loud. The rope stops being work and becomes weather. You stop looking at the women's wall every time you cross the yard. Then you stop looking most times. Then you notice you have stopped. Getting used to it frightens you more than it did. In June, a boy 2 beds down dies in the night. He is small. He came in after you. In the morning, his bowl comes down the table. Nobody has told the man with the ladle to take it off the count. You eat it. You do not decide to eat it. Your hands do it. Sam sees you. Sam says nothing. Sam has done it before. You both know that about each other now. You will know it about each other for the rest of your lives. There is nobody to tell. No rule was broken. The bowl was there. Not everything you do in this building has anyone to blame for it. In July, you learn about Bram's arm. An old man on the oakum bench tells you. He is not telling you anything. He is talking the way the old men here talk, sideways, about nothing. He says, Bram had a good hand for writing once. He says, Bram put a request to the board about the winter coal, in writing. properly, the way you are meant to. He says they broke the arm in the yard where the boys could watch. He says it took 11 years off him. You ask the old man what Bram kept folded in his coat. He says they were the copies. Every request Bram ever put to the board, written out again in his own hand, kept. He says that is why Bram never opened one. He says a man does not need to read a thing he already knows the whole of. You go and sit down. A man who cuts a word into metal has already decided he will not be believed. You do not take the handkerchief out for a month after that. You are not angry with it. You cannot look at 4 words you were never able to read. You have been reading the word backwards for 4 months. Bram did not scratch it there to tell you to ask. He cut it the way a man cuts a mark into a door frame, to hold the place where it happened, to keep it from going smooth. He was not handing Sam a door. He was handing him the price of it, in his own hand, in the only material he had. Ask who? There is nobody in this building who can give you anything. There is a man with a book. There is a man with a ladle. There is a board. It meets somewhere else, on a day nobody tells you. You stop asking that week. Sam notices. Sam says nothing about it. It is the first time Sam's silence is not a kindness to you. In September, Sam says a thing that Bram used to say. Sam says it about a new boy making noise at the count. He says, "Do not let them learn your face."
He says it in the same order.
In the same shape. Sam never heard Bram say it. Bram said it to you in the infirmary ward with the bucket in your hands. You go cold at the table. Nothing here is handed down on purpose. It arrives at the next boy anyway. Same words, different voice. At Michaelmas, they send Nell to Kent. You do not see her go. You find out on a Sunday. The aisle is short by 1, and you count it twice before you will take the count. A house in Kent wanted a girl of 13. The parish had one. There is no more of the story than that. Every promise made inside this building is kept by somebody who was never given the power to keep it. She could not send you word. She had no way to send you word. You know this. You know it completely. It does not help you at all. You keep the handkerchief inside your shirt. You take it out on Sundays only. You worked out early what happens if you take it out more. The thread will go. You have seen what this building does to thread. You cannot read the 4 words. You know what they say. You have known what they say since you were 9. You have never once been able to read them. Wait at the gate. You have been so careful about which gate. Sam dies in the 2nd week of November. No fever runs through the ward. There is no accident. He is sitting on the floor at the window end. His back is against the wall. He is doing the thing he does. He is saying the names of the horses that came through the yard that week. Dover, Pilot, Old Nan, Kestrel. Sam gets 3 days of it. Then Sam does not get up for the count. Nobody comes for him with a story. He was not brave. He did not save anybody, and there was nobody to save. He was a boy against a wall, saying the names of horses. Then he was a bed being stripped. Death here makes no sound at all. It is a stripped bed and a shorter line at the count.
They give you his things.
There is nobody else to give them to. There is not much of it. There is the leather thong with the tin tag on it. You put it on your right wrist. In the spring, they choose you for a trade. A rope maker in Limehouse wants an apprentice with hard hands. You have hard hands. It is the first time this building has ever wanted a thing from you that you had. You took a rope apart for 3 winters. Now you go and make rope. They open the gate for you on a Tuesday. There is nobody standing on the other side of it. You go back to Bethnal Green because you do not know where else to go. The laundry is still there. Steam has fogged the window so thickly that you cannot see in. The parish bell strikes the hour. A woman you have never seen is in the back room. She is standing on a chair. She is wringing out a bedsheet that is heavier than she is. Ordinary life went on without asking your permission. You should be glad of it. Its sameness reads like an accusation. You stand across the street for a while. Then you go and make rope. It takes you 4 years to find Nell. She is in service in Deptford by then. You come up the area steps. Nell opens the door. She is taller than you now. Neither of you says anything for a long moment. Then she looks at your right wrist. Nell asks you where you got the leather thong. You say, "A man gave it to me." You do not say Bram's name. You do not say Sam's name. You do not say that you ate a dead boy's food in June. You do not say that you stopped asking in July. You do not say what you learned about a man's arm. You say, "A man gave it to me." Nell does not push you. Nell has her own 3 winters. She does not offer them either. That is the whole of what either of you ever says about it. Nell asks whether you kept the handkerchief. You take it out of your shirt. The thread has held. Then Nell tells you what the 4 words meant.
Nell says Mother meant the back
Gate, the one behind the laundry off the yard, the one she stood at to call the 2 of you in at dark. You say you thought it meant the other gate, the big one. You say you stood at the wrong one for 3 winters and counted Sundays. Nell says you could have asked her. You say you did not know you were allowed to. You are 61 years old the last time you go back. The building is still a workhouse. They have painted the front. They have put a new board over the door. The gate is the same gate, the same iron, the same height. Nobody stops you. You are an old man in a good coat, and nobody stops men like you. There are boys inside it this afternoon. There is one on oakum right now, at a bench, with a weight set for him. You could give the number of it. Your children have walked past this building. They know what it is for. They say the word the way you would say the name of a hospital. They are not wrong. They think it is a thing that happens to other people. They do not know that when the door shuts behind a boy of 9, nothing about it ever opens again. You take the leather thong off your right wrist. Your hands are still hard. You are slow with the knot now. It takes you a long time. It took Bram a long time too. You tie it to the railing beside the gate. The tin tag turns once and settles. The number faces out. The word does not. Nell is waiting on the pavement. She is counting something. She has never stopped. Then you walk with her back to Bethnal Green. It takes the rest of the afternoon. The laundry is a chandler's shop now. The yard behind it is the same yard. The back gate is standing open, the way it always stood open. You take your mother's handkerchief out. You still cannot read it. You have never once been able to read it. You hold it out to Nell, and Nell reads the 4 words to you out loud at the gate.